Sorry about that. I started this record now. I'm muted. Um, Hello friends. I'm making this video, to kind of just help out new lights, to help them sort of understand how upgrading works in this game and how gaining gear and power works. I realized that over the course of the last week, I've had new friends to come and play this game, and that they sort of struggle to grasp how leveling works, and I want to alleviate that sort of tension of having to feel like your game is just a game of collecting and you get a bunch of stuff, don't know what to do with it, and you kind of just seem kind of stuck and you really want to catch up to everybody else. So, here's how we're going to do this. For me to explain upgrading is kind of, it's not really much of a hassle at all, really. So, to understand upgrading in this game, when you gain loot, so mind you, if you start out as a new light or as a returning player, you will be exactly 1350 power, and in order to level up you will have to play the game. Now I don't mean to just say that as in just playing to play, I mean you actually want to play to gain power. So mind you, you see all of this stuff up here like Gambit, Vanguard, Crucible, Legends, where you can gain stuff, Dares of Eternity. You have stuff at the tower for you to do, stuff in the Cosmodrome, stuff is Savaging the Storm World. Literally everywhere you go can give you power by via engrams. Engrams will drop for you. They drop weapons, armor, so on and so forth. And that's really all they do, really, honestly. And some loot comes from specific activities, right? So for me to begin to explain upgrading, I'm going to show you this Mask of the Quiet One I have that I just got a few days ago. Not even a few days ago, a while back, because this is 1520 and right now I'm 1564. So for me to explain this to you, upgrading is when you get a piece of armor and or a weapon, and when you have energy for it. Actually, for me to explain the yeah, let me just start off with energy. So energy allows you to equip mods, right? And each mod has its own set amount of energy. So for example, for this armor, because I only have 2 energy on this piece of armor, I could either equip a glaive ammo finder, or I could equip 2 mods, and I could have harmonic siphon and sonic forging. Now, mind you, each mod has its own set of power, not power, but energy level it'll take up. So let's say, for example, I wanted to equip power preservation, which is a stasis mod, and it costs 3 energy. I can't equip it because I only have 2. So what you want to do is, now mind you, I'm not going to be able to fully max this out, but I'll just upgrade this for the sake of explaining it. But for this Mask of Quiet One, I can upgrade 5, 6, 7. So now I have 6 energy, right? So now I can equip the power preservation because now I have 3 energy available for me. Now, mind you, for upgrading, you do need glimmers, you need legendary shards, and you need enhancement cores. These 3 things can be gained by just playing the game, really. I recommend doing nightfalls to farm for these efficiently, because just playing the game normally can take a while for you to get all of this stuff. And you might also want to, as you level up, you can let go of gear that you don't want or that you don't need, and that's not gonna really help you power up. And the only thing I would say that's worth keeping is your exotic armor, because those are rare, not relatively rare. Before, as a newer player, they might not drop as often. I'm not sure if they still drop like frequently how they usually do, because I've had friends with good RNG, bad RNG. So I would recommend just keeping one of each exotic piece of armor, and we'll worry about getting better rolls for it later on down the line. But as far as resources go, when it comes to upgrading, you want to will do nightfalls. So you can just do the adept difficulty, and it'll be better for you to do it that way. Otherwise, until you hit that normal level, you can just do the normal strike playlist because it does drop resources for you, and yeah, you just build this stuff up over time. So then now we're gonna just step down to explaining what mods do. Mods change how you play the game. They change your statistics. Now, mind you, I'm gonna come over here, and these are your normal stats. So this is just like for your character overall. So on your armor, you can click this down here. Now, mind you, this shows the armor stat individually, and then this shows your character stats overall. So for me, I have 44 mobility because I have this thing equipped. I have 82 resilience, 54 recovery, 68 discipline, intellect, and strength. And these are your character stats, like overall. So just like switching between that little symbol, it'll show the little helmet for your armor individual piece and then your overall character level or character stats, okay? So now let's say I wanted to change my, I don't know, if I wanted to bring up my recovery, right? So if I equipped recovery, now mind you, there's two different types. There's minor and then major. Minor gives you +5. So my recovery would go from 54 to 59 because I added +5 to it, right? And then a +10 would go from, what was that, 54 base to 64 because I equipped this mod, right? And you see how it highlights green over where it is. So if I wanted to take it off over recovery, it'll show you what it takes away and we'll go back down. And then the major shows you what it adds and you go 10 up from the base where you were. Or if I wanted to change discipline, strength, you see how it highlights green right down there? That shows you what it changes, okay? So now mind you, this recovery mod does take up 4 energy out of the 6 that I do have on this piece of armor. And so if I wanted to equip anything else, let's say I wanted, I don't know, hand cannon targeting, I would just take up 1. This is better for Crucible. But let's just say I wanted one of these, right? And then I could equip, I don't know, like glaive targeting, right? Glaive and hand cannon targeting. Now that takes up 4 energy and it only leaves me with 2 of the 6 that I had left. So now that only leaves me room to equip minor mods and or modifications that bring other changes to like about weapons and like things that you have to play around in the game, right? We'll get like well mods are a whole different thing on their own. Charge of light mods an entirely different thing on their own. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna go over this stuff. Mind you, all this stuff does have energy. So the more you upgrade, the more energy you can only you can max out your energy at 10. That's the max you can do. So let's say if I had this, is there normal hand cannon targeting or is it replaced? Okay, it gets replaced by the artifact. If I wanted rocket, that's right. Now, mind you, if I wanted rocket ammo finder, so if I'm getting kills with my primary or just in general, it has the game will have a higher chance of dropping heavy ammo for me, right? For rocket launcher specifically. And I wanted, I don't know, stasis siphon. So if I get any kills with this is 3-3. That uses up all my energy, right? I'm not really gonna go too far into explaining mods because they kind of read out what they do for you. If you want, I can go over the different types of mods in the game in a different video. But for now, we just explain the upgrading. So this is a non-maxed out piece of gear, non-masterwork, right? So for me to masterwork, you see it takes 3 more enhancement cores. I'll go all the way up, and they'll start to upgrade. So it'll say like enhancement prisms, and then at the end for 10, it'll say like it'll have the golf ball. I don't remember what they call. We just call them golf balls. So if I wanted to come over here, right, to a masterwork piece of armor. Now this is my helmet. You can see it has 10 energy and it has 1 unused piece of energies like left over, but I don't have an extra slot for that. So so for me, I have recovery. This takes up 4, 1. That's another 4 right there. That's 8, and this is 5. So that makes it 9 right there. So this is a masterwork piece of armor, and for this you will need. So mind you, whenever you masterwork a piece of armor, it will show you the the stats it adds, not adds it adds, but the stats it adds for you. So you would have +10, I think, when you masterwork a piece of armor in all your stats. So I forgot what this was at base, but this is the total stats spread of my gear. So it goes up to 78. You can see where it's all highlighted. And so I have high recovery, decent mobility, and middle of the road and like decent intellect. So this is a stat spread I went for on a piece of armor. So mind you, when armor does drop, Um, you can get better stats by coming over to your ghost, or like stats focused for specific pieces of armor that you're looking for. And I'll explain to you guys, like, not really explain, but tell you guys where to get like superior armor in the game that'll start you off with decent stats. Um, Mind you, when you come over here on your ghost, you see that it allows you to focus what stats you want in the game, and it'll, or not in the game, but for your armor rather. And so you can focus discipline, intellect, mobility, recovery, resilience, and strength all here. But you can only pick one, and it only comes in this one slot. So mind you, you do have to upgrade your ghost, but luckily it doesn't cost golf balls. Golf balls. It only comes. It only requires enhancement cores to fully max out. So you would come here, and it'll tell you what like stat it'll focus for your armor when armor does drop for you. And you want to look for armor relatively. You want to look for here. This is a good example right here. These boots right here, unupgraded. So when I was doing this, looking for a piece of armor, I wanted to focus recovery, but luckily for me that the game is really decent about it. It gave me a good spread in all the important stats. Intellect isn't really as important as it used to be because I think around 7, 8 resilience is where it starts to really hit diminishing returns. So I wouldn't really focus for that. In this sandbox, I would say you really want to focus discipline, strength, depending on what character you play. For Hunter, I would definitely recommend going for like strength for the really strong smoke bombs that make you go invisible. Really good grenades overall for all classes. Uh, and good recovery and good resilience. Now, I wouldn't say resilience is important if you're not a Titan, but because I'm a Titan, my resilience is tied to my barricade, right? So, as a Titan, you would want relatively between, I would say, 70 and 80, because with the aspect that I have, you can sort of spam your barricade a lot for free overshields it'll give you. So that works for me. So for me, in that example, I would have gone for resilience and decent recovery. Recovery doesn't really matter as much because when you have an overshield, you have like an extra piece of health that's like a shield, so you can recover behind that shield. Not the barricade itself, but I mean like the actual overshield that it'll give you. But yeah, so for me, decent recovery is really good. But back as an example, for this armor, if I wanted to upgrade it, I'm not sure how many pieces of armor, but I'm not going to use too much. But so let's say, for example, I have 4, so it should be enough for me to equip all of the stuff I need, all the important stuff. You don't really need intellect at all, unless you want it to be like even across the board. But I would say in this example that if I were a Titan, right, or since I'm a Titan, I would want relatively higher resilience and or higher recovery. But this piece of armor is really good, and I would honestly, I'm gonna lock this and keep this and masterwork it eventually when I get the armor, when I get the golf balls for it. But I would say here it's okay to just keep it even. And if I wanted to make it like just even across the board, I could add intellect for it. Actually, here. I could add intellect to keep it even, or I could add resilience to have high resilience, high recovery, higher strength, higher discipline. It really doesn't matter. It's all up to you, really, all what you're looking for. But I would say as a Titan, I would probably focus resilience, recovery, and discipline above all. I would say if you play around your melee a lot in PvP, you can spec into it because I mean, not really, because it doesn't one hit kill, so you really wouldn't want to be doing that. But in PvE, I know the shoulder charge with Peregrine Greaves is a really strong thing right now. You could spec in the strength just to be able to use it, or if you have your throwing shield, this is really good as well. You could yeet this around like a frisbee and just get free overshields all the time. But yeah, as far as armor goes, you really want to focus evened out stats across the board. Even my boots right here are a better example as evened out stats. So let's say if I wanted to take off resilience for this, right? You see how my armor is kind of somewhat even across going up and down, right? But for me, since I had, what was that, resilience? Boom. My resilience is higher than everything else, and it's where it's focused. And if because I have a masterwork, I get a plus. I'm not sure how much. It doesn't really say, but I assume that it's like a +5 maybe, in all your normal stats. So once you masterwork a piece of armor, it'll show you this. And upgrading is really important. So to upgrade to get materials, like I said, you want to be doing nightfalls to get upgrade materials. Upgrade modules you can get on your ghost by completing. Actually, here I'll come over here for it. It'll let's see right here. So for prosperity crucible, it'll drop a legendary piece of gear, but we're not looking for gear. We're looking for upgrade mods, right? So let's say if I want to come over here because I'm fully kitted for PvE, I would want modularity for Vanguard. So anytime I complete a strike and or a nightfall, it'll have a chance to drop an upgrade mod. And upgrade mods are what you use to infuse. So let's say if I wanted to infuse this pair of boots, right? I actually where is it? Here, I would come over here and it'll show all of the armor I have available because I have one upgrade mod. I'm not gonna get rid of my armor, but I would say yeah. But I can get rid of this pair of Phoenix Cradles, right? Because it's a higher power. It's 1551. My boots have 1548 over here, right? So if I wanted to come over here, upgrade it, I can. And just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to use this to show that once you dismantle it for infusion, you will no longer have that piece of armor down here, and it will be upgraded into your current armor that you have equipped on you, right? So because my boots, I use my Phoenix Cradles, these went from 1551 to 1548 to 1551, excuse me. And now I have a higher piece of armor that I can keep for future reference. And then mind you, that's usually what I go for across all of my armor is okay stats. Like I don't really specify into too much unless I'm really wanting like specific things. So this piece of armor I got last year in Beyond Light, and it had like really good stats. But usually saying that you are a new player, so usually it means that you won't have access to all the best stuff immediately, right? So let's see, where can I take you for a new light? For a new light, I would say you can come to the Vanguard Strike playlist. This drops armor, legendary shards, all of your usual stuff needed for upgrading. You can come here, do nightfalls on the controller. Hello, oh, controller's bugging out. Pardon. You can come over here to do your nightfall, and you can have it on adept difficulty. My controller's like really bugging out. You can do it on adept difficulty. This is 1480. So I wouldn't recommend doing this until you hit 1480 or getting close to it, because these are like the difficulty for this will be really hard for you. And so for to keep it really simple for you guys, you want to power up first in the Vanguard Ops playlist, and or the come over here to Dares of Eternity. This is the best place you can come to get weapons mostly and armor. Now I'm not too sure about the armor from here, but this playlist does give you really good weapons, right? And mind you, for coming here we go to Zer right now. But for coming here, you can get the Halo Magnum and the BXR, and those are two really good weapons for you to have to start out with PVE. And oh, what the hell? I've never seen that. Okay, but yeah, that'll be where you go to get weapons and armor. Now you won't get all the weapons I have here, but it will drop you the normal whirlpool. So it will drop you like a rag and hill, a crate, a syncopation 53, um, normal stuff. So you don't get no composure from here. That comes from the tower kiosk, but it'll give you a funnel web, so on and so forth. Chimera B, these swords, and you can get a Gallahorn if you do have the 30-year anniversary pack. But like I said, because I'm specifically targeting new lights here. Wait, oh yeah, we're going to Zer's treasure hoard right now. But I do recommend as a new light coming here to get your weapons here. Like this is where you're gonna want to grow your arsenal. This is where I would come first before I even think about touching the strikes. It's a new light. Like if I were like genuinely looking for it. So you can come here to Zer, and he will have like as you play through Days of Eternity, you have what are called ranks or like reputation for him. And so as you level up between each level, there's what is it, like Guardian, Brave, Mythic, Fabled, and Legend, I think. And throughout this, he'll have these strange engrams for you, and they'll drop legendary weapons. There's Paraversal Collection. This is just the world loophole and the old loophole, which is really good because you get like really good guns from here, really nice guns that come from here. I would say this is the best place you can go. And once you hit rank 4 with him, which I think is Fabled, not even Fabled. I'm not too sure. Legend. Wait, is Guardian Brave? Mythic Fable. Yes, Fabled. He will give you a strange key and a little quest to get the Halo Magnum. And
I may be
he
here when
does
you
also
return.
have upgrade mods for you to
These are
pick
from
up
the
as you
Nine.
rank up with him. So this is really good resources that I said you're gonna need leveling up. You come over here, and then once you get close to finishing, once you hit what is it, like Mythic 3 or Legend rank with him, he'll give you the anomalous access, and it'll give you the catalyst for the Halo Magnum, which is just a small upgrade. It's basically the masterwork for an exotic weapon, right? Then once you get ready to reset, he'll give you a golf ball, and these are all really good for you to have. But I would say for Dares of Eternity, it gets kind of daunting to do. Like as you level up, it takes a little longer. But he does give you more XP the longer you stay in this play in the Days of Eternity playlist, and you can take these bounties. These bounties don't contribute. I know they do XP, but they don't contribute to your reputation. And I don't think like bounties from the vendors do anymore. They just contribute to your overall season level. They don't contribute to your reputation at all.
Is it your will to return?
And playing through the Days of Eternity playlist, you'll be able to come over here. You'll get a chest, and you can have a chance to get the BXR, either two of the swords, the Wasteland shotgun, or the what else was it? I think that's it.
I was told
But you're gonna come over here, and then playing through your playlist also allows you to spend your strange coins. Now, mind you, every time you kill a boss, or like the Zer's chosen bosses, or the final boss, and get chests open during lightning rounds. Also, lightning rounds are just basically bonus rounds for extra progress. Not progress, but extra loot, a chance at extra loot, which a lot of Guardians love about this playlist. So what you can do over here, you can spend your strange coins. You see, I have three, so I'll, for the sake of like showing off, I'll just buy one. And you see, it gave me a helmet for doing this using three strange coins. And you see how the armor is like spread out. I don't know what the about what it is about the armor, just buying stuff off of vendors, but it's been really poop. Let's hope on its next one I get a weapon. Oh, nice. Literally as I called it. So he'll give you a weapon. This is a really nice one too. I could use this in Crucible. I'll lock this, but it'll drop a weapon for you. Now, mind you, it's not always gonna be a sidearm. It is RNG, but it has a chance to drop the old CQC shotgun, the sidearm. I'm pretty sure it still drops the Ikelos SMG. All of the old world loophole. This is where you want to come for it. All of the stuff, all the goodies. This is where you go. And when you get more strange coins, you can buy these Paraversal halls. These will drop exotic gear, legendary gear, strange coins, and treasure keys. Now, mind you, these treasure keys you can take up there to that chest I showed you by Zer. Up here, up there, that little chest. You can use your strange treasure keys up there to get the stuff, to get decent loot. And you could gamble your strange coins if you have a lot. I'm not a big baller, so I wouldn't have much. So, but if you open these, it'll have a chance to give you more stuff and a lot of treasure keys usually. But this here, Paraversal Halls, these bounties you can take. You use your strange coins for these. These give you Paraversal Halls and XP towards your normal season level, but they do come with requirements. Now, these first three are things you can do by normal means, just by doing the normal Days of Eternity. And then these over here more things you can do, but they require you to get like weapon kills and whatnot. But these only require you to get like what is it, combatant kills by telling. So let's say for this one, you need auto rifle kills. You equip an auto rifle, or shotgun final blows here, or sniper rifle final blows here. And it'll show you what you need to get, and these all require you to get what is like rapid kills. To do it, but I would say taking the easiest ones are really good. So auto rifle, shotgun, and then getting the rest of these. And the gold ones are 300,000 points. These are what you need to do legend, but I wouldn't recommend doing legend unless you have friends and or teammates to do this with the power level to with the power level and equipment to take out champions like efficiently. Otherwise, I wouldn't be touching these. But the rest of these, you can definitely take and ball out with these right here. So you can come back and get some of these right here. The treasure keys, the halls. I wouldn't recommend buying Glimmer from him because you get Glimmer from playing the game. Never ever buy Glimmer. Glimmer is literally free. And you get the engrams. Like these have old weapons in them, so you can use this and get the old stuff from them. Otherwise, that will be it for this video. And I think next video I will go over like relatively good builds for each character.
Have you angered the Nine?
So first, since I play Titan, I'll do a Titan first, and I'll do a Warlock another day, and then my Titan the next day after. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and took something away from this. If there's any more questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you guys need, I can make community Discord where we can all come together and just start to grow and do stuff together. But if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, leave a like.
Let a
I'll see you
sound
guys later.
passed away.
Peace.